All right, all welcome back. This is episode 2 of the Support Red Business Podcast. Today we're going to be going over what are the things we can do right now in this moment to fight back against cancel culture. So we're going to go through about 5 immediate things that you can do, and not just talking about things, actionable things you can do right now, starting today or tomorrow morning when you wake up. So the first thing, and this is something that our group has been introduced to just in the past month or so, which is very, very interesting. So here in South Carolina, and I'm not sure. Again, I'm telling you this from my knowledge. I'm not telling you as a matter of fact. So if you're in a different state, you need to do the research on this and figure out exactly how it works specifically in your state and in your town. So the first thing is to get involved at the precinct level, which is basically your neighborhood. So most people don't know this. I didn't know this, is that every 2 years here, there are what is called reorganizations. So from my understanding, essentially what that is in your precinct or your neighborhood, there's pretty much a president, and then there's two lower levels. The second level, again, I'm speaking here in South Carolina. I'm not sure what it's like some type of committee member, and then there's a secretary. So these 3 main positions of power, essentially, you can take back control literally at your neighborhood level. And that's really where this all starts. A lot of people, and I thought the same thing, I thought it started directly at the town level. Like, you just go to the town hall and the mayor, the town council, the school board, which is true. But this is like at the very, very root of it all. Because what happens is no one shows up to these things. So you can literally show up during these reorganizations and volunteer to be the president of the neighborhood. And then boom, now you get to network with other people in other precincts that are probably like-minded, just like you, and actually formulate a plan moving forward on how to bring your local community into a better position and creating a community where you are going to those town hall meetings, you are going to those school board meetings. You can become a delegate, and you can get access to things and show up to specific things that the average Joe like us, we can't show up to, and actually have a say in things. So this is like really where it starts. So you need to volunteer at that level so that you can have a say for what's going on in your neighborhood. And then that directly relates, you build your network with other like-minded individuals in your town and in your precinct, literally your own neighborhood, and then you could formulate plans to bring it now to the town, into the school boards. So that's number 1. Very interesting. Again, you need to do the research in your own state and your own town, because I'm not sure how these things specifically work in all the different states and all the different towns, the counties. So you do your research on that. So literally getting involved at the precinct level, which is essentially your neighborhood, and volunteering. So the second thing is the obvious one. Moving up from there is to show up to the town hall meetings. But before you go, do your research. Do your research on the people that are on your town council. Who's the mayor? Who's on the town council? What are their names? What are their backgrounds? What have they voted on? What have they not voted on? Figure out the issues at hand in your community. Research these people and come prepared. Come prepared to first, I would suggest, observe. Just come to a few of these meetings and observe what's going on. Get a lay of the land. Figure out what you need to do to sign up to speak. How much time do you get to speak so that you can actually formulate something to present that you want to get out there. Because a lot of the times what happens is, too, they're filming. They film these town hall meetings and they put them on their YouTube channels, and then other people see it and then they start showing up. And you can literally start getting the whole community involved. And a lot of people, all of us, we're all focused on the president and, even the state level, the governors, and everyone turned a blind eye on the town council level and the school board level. And this is how they have infiltrated us. This is how the other side, again, I'm going to use my words wisely here so that we can keep this content going on here. Because even this platform, I don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. But the other side, this is how they've infiltrated. And you'll be surprised when you start to do research on some of these people, what their background is. And it starts to become very, very apparent that they were placed here. This is how they have taken control from the precinct level and at the town level. And this is how everyone got caught off guard. These are the people that control the voting. All the voting machines. They're the ones volunteering, and everything that went on with the 2020 election. They all are a part of this. This is where it starts, in your precinct and in your town. So number 3, which is the next obvious, after you get involved and you understand who's running your town, move on to the school board now. Now you need to start. Really, what you want to do is you once you figure out and you get pat down the precinct level and the town level, you've formulated a new network of people. Then what you need to do is start delegating work, creating different groups to do different tasks at hand, because it's just too much. So you have a group of people that dig, that find out what's going on. You start calling all of these people out on everything they're doing, whether it's good and bad. Reward the good and call out the bad. Because the other thing is, too, there will be people on your town council that are probably on your side and like-minded. So you need to let them know that you support them. Because once these people see that they have support, they begin to fight more against the bad ones on the council because they feel supported now. So keep that in mind. So once you have this covered, once you have the town, the precinct, you're comfortable there, you have a new group, now you need to create a group that goes after the school boards. And we all know how important this is, because this is primarily how they have brainwashed probably 2 to 3 generations of kids. And this is another reason that we're seeing everything going on right now, because they have successfully, again, infiltrated and raised a few generations of kids that are just they are clueless, and it's not their fault. They're completely brainwashed, and it's because we turn a blind eye. We just want to go to work. We just want to send our kids to school. Our kids are crazy. We need a break from them. They need structure. They need this. They need that. But while you're thinking like that, you're not thinking about who's actually teaching and interacting with and molding your kids. So this is just as critical and important as the precinct, town hall meetings. Everything that's going on, everything that they have been successful with, you can literally attribute to these 3 things: the precinct level, the town council level, and the school board. If you can figure out these 3 things and get a group of patriots that will grow, trust me, it will grow. You just need to stay persistent and figure these things out and come up with a game plan. A real game plan on real issues and how to call these things out and how to solve them. It will grow, trust me. Number 4, it's really hard because we're all conditioned to use Amazon, to go to Walmart, to shop at Trader Joe's, whatever the case is, your favorite restaurant. Here's the problem now, is while it's convenient, it may have good products, it may have everything we need, we're conditioned for it, we're comfortable with it. There is a point where you need to make a decision on where you are going to give your money. And you need to understand, if you're going to give your money to some of these corporations, some of these small businesses that are really anti-American and pro a lot of things I'm not even going to say on here, you just need to understand that's where you're giving your money. And that money's coming right back around to kick you right in the ass. That's what it's doing. Even if it's just a little bit at a time, you're contributing to that downfall. So what I encourage people to do is just really sit down and even write down all the places that you shop. You go out to dinner, you go out to lunch, everything. Even your school that you send your kids. We decided to not send our kids to private school because public school, to not send them to public school here, even though they're some of the best schools in the whole state, is because they required the kids to wear masks. So what did we do? We sent them to private school. They didn't require them to wear masks. It's the little things like that. My wife loves Trader Joe's. I like their stuff too. I despise them as a company. I don't want to give them anything because of what they're doing. So what do? We slowly start shopping at different places that we can get the same foods. Maybe it's not exactly the same. Maybe it's even a little bit more expensive, but we're not giving it to them. Same thing for Amazon. We have cut Amazon out 100%. You do not need to use Amazon, believe it or not. There are so many places that you can shop and you can get things. It just takes a little bit more effort. And you know what? If you want things to change, that's what you got to do. Because the fastest way to defeat this is in the pockets. Hit them in the wallet. If we don't hit them in the wallet simultaneously while doing all of the other three things, it's not going to matter, because they're still going to be funded. They're still going to keep donating to anti-American political candidates and organizations, and they're going to keep going. That money is just being used against us. So really, just think about it. And the fifth one, we'll go over to the last one, number 5, is to really consider learning some type of new trade. Something that you never would have thought you would have learned before. That could be learning how to grow a garden. That could be